Hey, this is Amazin.reacts reacting to a brand new video on my channel. Today's video is titled Comedian's Wife Comes Back After Ruining His Career, Oshka. So, I remember a little bit about this situation when it first happened. Initially, when I first saw what happened, I didn't think it was that big of a deal. I thought it was just her committing to a bit way too long, like an internet personality when she was talking about the co-host boyfriend, or it might have been a co-host husband. But when she was talking about him, I feel like she was just getting a little bit carried away in the internet persona that she was portraying. But then it's her like defending it and talking about it. That's what made it much worse. And then people started digging into it and looking into it and showing like him doing different things for her and her not even wanting to like kiss him or like show affection toward him. It kind of looked like, yeah, she just was in it for maybe the money. And then they looked up how she was in college, where well, stuff that she said how she was in college compared to what he would say when he first met her. So it was a lot of that stuff that just compiled together, and it made the situation a whole lot horrible. But it's a new video. It says she's coming back. So I'm hoping she got her story straight, or it can give us better content, because it was horrible. And I feel kind of sad for him only because like some stuff you can kind of like ignore, but I've noticed I don't even see him on the Schultz podcast as much or anymore at all. Like at all, I don't think he's been on there. And they've been diving into some really good topics on that podcast. That's another thing. It's called oh, I forgot what it was called. Brilliant Idiot is one, but I think that is with Charlemagne and Andrew Schultz. But the other one that he has with the other crew members, that is the one that normally Oshkosh is on. But I don't know. He hadn't been on there in a while, so maybe this will shine some context on that as well.
So it has now been a couple of months since a comedian's wife altered his public image forever through her
Yeah,
social
she
media
ruined it.
presence. This had to be one of the more sad but also explosive stories from last year, as we all sat back in awe as clip after clip after clip began to resurface from her TikTok page and then eventually her podcast. And at first, it was mainly about her obsession with wealth.
How do you and your husband split finances?
We don't.
We don't.
If you want to work, all for that. But like any man that doesn't want to have a joint bank account or isn't being transparent with his account, that's a fucking red flag. His money is our money and my money is my money. That is actually my number one. They must be generous with their finances from day fucking one.
The fact that she did not want to cook or clean.
And honestly, I don't really see anything bad about that. But I do think if he wants his own personal account and doesn't want like you dipping your hands in it whenever you buy. So I think that's better as far as like a marriage. As long as when you need something, he's there for you. And it's not nothing like crazy, like, oh, I need a new car or something like that. Off whenever you, I don't know, get a flat. It is nothing crazy like that, then he can have his own separate account. It's just if she needs something, he got it for her. I think that's pretty solid. But I mean, if you want to have joint bank accounts, that's cool too.
Or really do anything besides lay around the house.
For those of you who are new here, hi, my name is Justine. I'm a stay at home wife, but I don't cook or clean because I don't feel like it. And my husband is a full time stand up comedian and he buys me lots of nice things.
And of course, her consumer addiction.
And it's just like the best fucking part is like living with your best friend.
Also, it's like there's
Who buys you designer shit?
But quickly, the content
Yeah, he
evolves
see, and
into
that's
her
what make
straight
him
up
look bad because
disrespecting
you
her
don't know if
husband
this is just her
Akaash,
internet
telling
persona
stories from her past and going out of her way to pretty
or
much
is
make him
this
look like a
really how
simp
she feels.
slash cuck when speaking about her friend's husband.
Would y'all ever have it together with your husband?
Rhea,
I'm actively trying to have an orc because this
See, I don't think
couple
a
is so
person in their
fucking
right
good
mind would
looking
even say
and you
that
haven't
unless
seen
they're
a
on the
man yet,
internet
but
just
wait till you
like
fucking
shooting the
see him.
shit, just
His
talking.
body goes crazy. His face card always slays, never declines. And it's kind of weird because I'm talking about your husband. I just know that Nav's dick is like at least 10 inches.
Now, the real reason
I
this
ain't gonna lie,
became
that's
such an
embarrassing though.
explosive
As a husband, I'd
controversy
have been
was
like, I
because
don't
for years
understand why they
Akaash
just didn't delete
positioned
it.
his
It's a
wife as this
podcast.
pure,
They could clip
innocent
that out.
Indian woman who could do no wrong.
My wife also hadn't had any sexual partners, so that helped us connect a lot more.
Let me ask you this:
wow.
do you believe her?
If you've seen her, then it's hard to believe.
Yeah.
I remember I was just like, what?
So then, when the audience was staring
No,
such
because she
stark
said about her
contrast
college
right in their
years.
I was popping my pussy in these
to talk about it, and I felt like it
See,
was
that's
like
the
the big
thing. Like,
conversation on the internet for a
it,
month to month.
she might have
So
just
this all
got him though.
resulted in this endless commentary online. Is she dodging his kisses?
Yeah,
Why was
that's
this
the look. Be
proposal
looking
so
like she do it
awkward?
every time he do
People pretty
show
much
like
felt like this
affection on
even
camera. She
Jasmine had
just
no
kind of like
respect for her
dodge it.
husband. Well, I really just questioned, like, how could Akash just sit back and let his wife try and be a public figure in this way, and not at least tell her, like, yo, you better cool your jets?
That's the same thing I've seen.
Oh my
You
god,
gotta
it's like
relax a
open
little bit.
season and like all these guys are like starting to give me attention and like everyone's being so social.
Either way, Akash's wife would actually join them on the Flagrant podcast, and that is where things got some.
And the crazy thing is because when that whole like Will and Janet thing was happening, he was extra aggressive. Andrew was too, but Akash was kind of aggressive too. Like they was just like, "Oh, Jada Pinkett, she's this, she's that. Will need to divorce her." She like it just looked bad now when you seen it. It's like, man, maybe you projecting. Like maybe he needed help, and he saw what Jada was doing to Will, and he was like, he seen it before because it was happening to him.
Somehow even more embarrassing.
What is loud? What was that? His dick smells. No, but for real, you got a stink dick husband sleeping on the floor. like, what's wrong with you, man?
Like, even just on that show, based on his appearance, you could tell that Akash himself had been going through absolute hell getting slandered online like this. Like, when Adam 22
I
was
guess
the
they was
only one
trying to
backing
help, but that
someone
ain't
up in
gonna
a
help.
situation
Really,
like
what
he
would
is
help if they
Jasmine,
stay
you
quiet
know
and wait
something
for
is
it to die
deeply
down,
wrong.
The
and
reason
then
they're
just
saying that is
keep
based
going.
off of her words.
Yeah, but I think when you hear her words, what you have to understand is that she's exaggerating everything so much because she has so little life experience.
And since this all went
That might be
down,
true with
Akash
Adam
has really not
22.
been
He ain't
featured
the
on the Flagrant
smartest person in the
podcast,
world, but
as he
he
has
might
actually been
be
on the
right on that.
stand-up tour. But as for his wife, she has still been posting nonstop onto TikTok, and has essentially doubled down on everything that she was being criticized for, whether it be the shopping addiction, trying to act like she is totally unfazed about everything going on online, and in general, it's pretty apparent that the entire
I think it's
situation
scarier
brought her pretty much nothing.
if
You
she
know, it's kind of like
is
watching a
unfazed about
child
what's
plug
going
their
on
ears when
online because
someone's talking to
she
them and saying,
embarrassing
no,
him, and
no,
if
no,
she
these
just don't
absolute
notice that, then that's
needs.
crazy
And
because she
as
gonna
for
keep
her
on.
podcast, it has completely come to a stop. This is something that Andrew Schultz himself said he was going to personally make happen a couple of months ago.
Delete it. Delete the podcast. Delete ours? No more influencing. No, I'm talking about her. Oh, we're working on it. No influencing. I don't want no.
Yeah,
You don't let your wife be influencers. Don't let your wife be podcasters, man.
And he and Charlemagne also made several
I
other
mean he
thinking
got a
out loud
point, but
comments about
if
Akash
she
here
get
as well.
like
What
I don't
happened,
know,
man?
she
Akash
just
wife
need
didn't
to
want
have
to
some
be back?
internet training,
What
PR
happened?
training or
Don't
something.
tell the world. I ain't going through that shit. That shit is crazy.
What happened? I didn't realize we had Akash's picture. Can I say what I want to say?
Of course, this is what
All
Brilliant
I
Idiots
want
is
to
about.
say is simply this.
Keep your wife off the
motherfucking internet.
Yeah,
Why does your wife
in
have
his
a
situation,
microphone in her
yes.
face? Do not allow your wife to start a motherfucking podcast, bro.
Yes.
Okay, there can be one entertainer in this family. And it shall be me.
Hey,
I'm the comedian.
I
I'm out here
mean,
on this road.
if you
I'm
can
the
handle it
comedian.
right, but I
Let me
just feel
use some
like
of this money to help
she
you
didn't
get some
handle it
other
right.
help,
Like
yo.
she need to
Because
be
you
PR
don't need a
trained,
microphone in your
or she
face
need to
if
be a
you
little
won't
bit
fuck
more
around
funny or
and get
have some
us.
interesting things to talk about,
Right. Not just
and
you.
people wouldn't be hyper
So yes,
fixate over
clearly here
those
Andrew was kind of letting his true
things that
feelings
she was
be
saying.
known. He wasn't coddling him like he was on the couch of that episode. You know, it's almost like when you have a friend and you know he's fucking up, but you want to be like kind of polite to his face. And then you see your other mutual friends and you're like, yo, what's going on with George? What the fuck is he doing? And like I said, she had not done her podcast since the controversy kind of unfolded and they made that public appearance. But now she is
I think
actually
that was
back on
good,
this
but
other guy's show.
it
And when
was
I tell you
embarrassing.
guys that this confirms that she learned absolutely nothing and is likely incapable of hearing any sort of
All right, so
constructive
this is the new
criticism,
part where
that
she
might be a
finally
serious
starting to
understatement.
talk.
I just feel like when I first got into this, I was like, I just want to be myself 110%. And the audience isn't stupid. And my friend told me this. She said, you can feel someone's energy through their content if they're genuine or not. So I just always, first and foremost, was like, I just want to be
You shouldn't have been
genuinely myself. It
110%. You
just
should have
felt
just
most
been like
authentic to who I
90%.
was. I like woke up in the morning and like my asshole was a little sore. Oh my God. Like in hindsight, I also feel like sometimes if people want to take you in a
That
negative
might have been
way,
taken
like
out of
they will,
context.
you know?
That
I
last
absolutely
clip.
agree because I think like that is like one of the reasons that I was like, oh, like we'll get along, right? Because
Now, the host of this podcast is
Who is
virtually
this?
useless. He is essentially just there to say, yeah, girl, you were totally right. Anyone with anything negative to say
Hey,
is
he
just
trying
a
to get put
jealous hater
on.
of the lifestyle you get to live thanks to Akash's money.
When I see like influencers or creators, the reason that I don't fit into the space, and I'm sure you also feel that way, is because I do feel like it's like overly curated, right? I see most people, and I'm like, I've been around these people long enough to now understand, like, yo, out of all the ways that you present yourself on the internet, you are not that.
Right.
And the reason they do not fit in on the internet is because neither of them have like a real presence in the space. In fact, I'm convinced
Yeah.
that the only reason she gave this dude an interview in the first place is because back a couple of months ago, when the whole
It's
thing
because
was
he was a yes
unraveling,
man.
he was just about the only man defending her in that situation.
I've heard people say much worse things about Jasleen on the internet than what she said about this other
Yeah,
creator.
she knew
Y'all
he
would
was a
rather
fan.
people just appear to be good
Akash
than
better watch
people
him.
actually be honest and real,
He
authentic,
trying to
authentic
creep
about
back
their
door.
feelings, right? Because for everybody who's like, oh, like she's a mean girl and she's saying mean things about other creators, in your response to her, you guys are being
Oh,
the
I didn't
exact
never
same thing
see
that you're
anything she said
accusing
about
her of
creators.
doing. I actually love her response to this podcast. Honestly, yo, Jasleen, if y'all listening, keep that shit up. Say, be more honest.
And not only that, but he
Yeah.
directly defended her against Myron from the Frogger and Fit podcast as well.
Myron from Fresh and Fit is beefing with Akaash Singh and Jasleen Singh. I guess their beef stemmed from.
Now I'm gonna
when
go. I
Myron
don't
did
listen.
Flavor.
I don't care what it is. I'm gonna go with Akash and his wife on that one. Myron got to be one of the lamest dudes on earth.
Right. So Myron just kind of says like, "Yo, your wife a hoe." I guess he felt a way that when I went up on your platform, you guys had this energy for me, and now I got something that I could pull on you. And that to me,
Oh, they do got a point. He destroyed Myron whenever they came on their podcast. Now it might have been clipped up to make it look like he did like way more harm to him than it actually was. But I do like his response to like how idiotic some of the stuff he says and acts about the whole red pill movement. I do like some of the stuff that he was saying in regards to that, Akash. But now, if you he kind of look like he proving Myron right with how his wife be treating him on the internet. Well, not how she be treating, what's the stuff she be saying on the internet, which
was like the first bit of like,
hopefully
this was kind
she
of
over
corny. You
exaggerating.
didn't have that energy towards Akaash when you were on their platform. Like you kind of just sat there and took it. When you saw an
Yeah, he
opportunity through
did.
the man's wife, that's when you decided, yo, this is what I'm gonna
But I
hit him over the
mean,
head with
when
this.
men like Myron
Just leave
feel
it apart
embarrassed, of
from this,
course
by
they
the
gonna
way.
go.
Like y'all think that,
They gonna go
like
crazy.
Akaash really mad, right? Like that's his wife. You think that there's anything in the world that y'all know about his wife that he don't know about his wife? That don't change y'all life. Y'all
Well,
still
he
sitting
didn't
here
know her
talking about, oh,
sexual
his wife's
history.
over. Meanwhile, him and Justine sitting around grabbing a check, opening up her like fifth Birkin.
God damn,
Nah,
brother,
cause
come
she
over
ain't
here
even,
sometime.
he ain't on the
Like, put
podcast no
Jasleen to the
more
room of
because I
that
guess he
dick,
couldn't
my
handle
guy.
the
I
hate,
mean, this is a level of
and they
glazing
ended the
that I do not think
podcast.
I have witnessed for quite some time. And
Yeah,
honestly, the
he
guy
tripped. That's
keeps
brown
talking
nosing.
as if he has too much damn
That's what we
saliva
call
in
that
his
in the
mouth.
workplace.
But hey, I guess that's the side effect from sucking someone this hard.
Yeah.
Now let's get into rubbing people the wrong way.
Look, this, her
In the
showing up done
podcast, he
made his
actually
day.
asks her about her feelings about Myron.
Obviously, Myron does what he does, and then the incels do what they do. How did you feel? Like,
I remember because you asked me this question, like, what is it like to look at like think pieces and people analyzing your marriage and your personality? It feels weird and it feels surreal.
But that's what happened. That's what happened when you put yourself out on the internet like that. Of course, like you open the doors when you say stuff like I don't cook, I don't clean, I just spend my husband like you and you put it on the internet and your husband has like a following and stuff like that. Of course they gonna come for you. So I don't understand when the whole thing is like, oh, it's weird that y'all do it. You put it out on the internet for people to see it, and of course they gonna critique it.
But you don't know me. You don't know anything about me. You've never talked to me. Like, you're taking the intention of this video in the complete wrong way.
I was popping my pussy.
The misogyny was like really crazy. It was bizarre to me because I'm like, my husband can go on stage and literally has a joke in his special about like getting a hooker isn't
Now,
like cheating, it's just
that's
getting
him
pussy,
being a
which I really
comedian.
don't
So
care. Like, I think it's a
the
funny
energy
joke.
in
But
that
it's
is
like, if
different
I
because
say
you know
something
it's
that's
supposed to be
equally,
jokes. Whereas podcasts,
raunchy or
sometimes
like
it's
then
jokes
I'm a
mixed
whore or
mixed
all
with
these
kind of
things.
like life
I don't
lessons.
give a fuck if I was a virgin or I wasn't, or if my body count was 100. I don't even want to say his fucking name, but this fucking loser whose name you said, like, he was on the Flagrant podcast like 5 fucking years ago. And my husband just humbled the shit out of him and basically embarrassed him because he was like, I think what you
True.
do is corny.
So yeah, she blames the entire thing on misogyny, which I personally found hilarious. Like on my channel, I have historically spoken out about the red pill community and
Nah,
modern
that ain't Andrew Tate.
ideology. And y'all
Oh,
know
that's
I'm
the
not the
fake one.
biggest
Yeah,
fan
yeah,
of
it was a
Myron,
fake one that
full
we
stop.
danced.
But damn it, he was not wrong in his
That ain't
perception
wrong
of
for
this
that.
entire
It threw me off.
situation.
It looked
I mean,
like
honestly, this whole thing got me feeling like when Spider-Man had to break out the black suit, got me acting out of character. Because people of all genders, races, ages, whatever different demographic you can think, could see that she was being disrespectful of Akash and damaging his public reputation like it wasn't rocket science. But
I
instead,
see.
she.
That's the thing. I don't think it was more so disrespectful. I don't think she had a level of respect that he a guy like him probably would demand. Like at least like show him some affection whenever he does something nice for like that, or at least don't get on there talking about another woman's husband. Like it just some of the stuff she. I guess I don't know. It's like I feel like disrespect when you know like you know you're not respecting him and you do it anyway. She just didn't have a level of respect to him that you would think she would as a wife.
She is so in denial that she actually blames this entire phenomena on bots.
So when all of this first started, it was like very clear to see that there was like a lot of bot farming as well. And I could tell
Well,
it was
if it's
bots
on
because
Twitter, then
like
probably
the
yeah.
1,500 followers I gained on Instagram, I immediately lost like within the span of 2 months. So it was like up and then down, which is funny because they say very racist things against Indians and South Asians, but like that's where you get your bots.
Yes, so once again, she really just attempts to save face by making any excuse that she can.
It's kind of a part of, unfortunately, like the fame kind of thing. And I don't feel like I've reached a certain like thing at all, but I think when people start to know about you, it's like kind of the downside of it.
I
Like,
think it's
is
more
that the
Andrew
reason you
Schultz
want to go
fame, and
viral?
then
Is like your
Akash being
video
tied to
hitting on
him. So
me?
he and
Okay,
then he
that's
tours and stuff.
fine,
He a
but like
comedian too,
that's
so
not the
he has a
reason like
certain
I want
level
to go viral.
of
I want to
fame too.
viral
And
hate
then she
myself,
is his
you
wife,
dumb fucking bitch.
so it's
But
like
like,
all of
Oh
their
my god, does
audience
she not
comes to
realize that
her.
she is not famous? She is infamous. Like, she is
Yeah.
only known because she was posting embarrassing shit online. Like, if I go out and piss my pants in the street and garner a bunch of attention, it's not like that makes me a handsome, popular, appealing guy. But of course, the yes man is still not coming up for air as he encourages her
What he got to
delusions.
say? I ain't
For
gonna
me,
lie, he's looking
building
like
is
a
a
goofy.
true art,
yeah,
and it's also a science,
yeah,
right? When if I can convince you, the person I'm building the narrative about, that the narrative is true, then I've won the battle.
yeah.
Ask yourself, does everyone
That's
think
if
this,
you a
or is
movie
it that when you
director,
go to a comment
not when you
section,
doing a
you
podcast
think
talking
that that's
about
what
your
everyone
life.
thinks?
Yeah.
And this is where this guy really starts popping off his shit against Myron.
Akash checked you publicly to your face as a man on a podcast.
Facts. That
You
is true.
spun the block 5 years later and went through his wife to get to him.
Mm-hmm.
If you really felt strongly in that moment when he said it to your face, you should have said something.
Mm-hmm.
But instead, you waited and
Yeah, true.
went through his girl to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know where most people are from. Where I'm from, no matter if I have real issues with somebody, I
Up, and this
do
where
it
you
for the
lost the
person's
plot.
sake.
You know you
He
would have
is a
did the
pussy.
exact same
And the
thing
thing
Myron
is,
did.
it's not like Myron was just out of nowhere with all of this. Like, the two sides antagonized each other publicly back and forth for years. And when it turned out that Akash was throwing stones from a glass house, well, Myron took advantage of it and
Yeah,
shot at his
because you
character for
embarrassed him in
something
front
very
of
personal to
at that
him.
in that
It had
moment,
now
and he
become
built
very
up that he
public for
harbored
no
that, and he just
reason.
released it
Now,
whenever
as
he
for the
found some
host
dirt on
over
him.
here, this is when his glaze level really hits like an all-time high.
What
Like,
he
I'm
say?
talking about this dude
Oh,
is
just talking
choking
about
on
in
it so
general. That
hard
last
that I
part.
do not know how he is not suffocated.
Why do you think that they don't like you? Like all the brown girls, I have a theory, right? But
What's your? I mean, I don't. What's your theory?
I think a lot of it steeps in jealousy. Listen, it's not a secret.
Mm-hmm.
You want TikTok popping bags?
Mm-hmm.
You married to Akash, right? Like I think a lot of them want to be in your spot. I think most hate stems from jealousy. Most people's hate has nothing to do with the person.
Mm-hmm.
I think some like if she is experiencing that, because most women probably like, yo, if I had that, I would at least cook and clean and show him affection. That's the least I can do if he take care of, like if he taking care of the wife and stuff like that. So I guess maybe that would be a level of jealousy. If anything, she needs to realize what she got.
It really results in, yo, I want what you have,
Yeah.
or I can't get what you want. It's like people who shit on me having a pod. It's like, yo, like ain't nothing stopping you from getting some cameras and like doing a pod.
Exactly.
Again, it's not if that it was that easy, you would do it, right? But you're not gonna do it like me,
Yeah.
right? And bother you?
Like, my guy, I'm sorry, but no one cares about your podcast. And
Hey
honestly, I think this dude just
man,
wants
he
to be
got more
Jasleen.
subscribers
Like,
than
she
me.
better watch her back as he takes a trip around the room in her
Well,
high
not on
heels,
my
making
gaming
her
channel though.
panties.
Look at the things I've actually had to go through with my partner to be in the spot to pop Birkins on you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna always come back to the pop Birkins. Yo, because I be sitting around thinking like, yo, if I was just Lee, I would be doing it worse. Like that's why God knew to make me have to struggle
Oh
for my
my
shit
God,
because
calm.
God knew when
Hey,
it came
bro,
to all
relax. You
25, 26,
looking too
I'd be like,
goofy out here.
I would go on TikTok every day, just
Like,
grab a
bro, you
mask
gotta
and just
chill.
count it in front
I
of me
see
like,
what he
yo, man,
talking about. He
man,
can't control himself now.
Yo, damn, I'm catching residual saliva over here from my computer monitor. I mean,
He
it's pretty
cannot
sad this
control
guy's out
himself.
here flexing another guy's money. He's flexing another woman's shopping sprees. Like, really, this entire thing is insane. And these two people are so infatuated with material possession that it just makes me sick.
I think men need to feel like they can provide and they can achieve, their dream to be in a functioning relationship. I feel like if that's not
I feel like he doing
working,
that,
then
and
the
you
relationship
just
part can't work, in
steady
my opinion,
making
from
him
what I've
seem like a
seen.
simp.
So I was just praying to God like super hard every single day. I would get on the train and I would see these girls in like Burberry trench coats, big diamond ring, Louboutins, like, and I was just like, please God, like I just want to be like that symbolized success to me. But I wanted to
Oh,
have
that's
success because I
horrible.
also wanted our relationship to work because I wanted him to feel like he was the man and he could provide. And so
What a
But
crazy way to announce to
you
the
ain't making him
world
feel
that
that
you were
way though.
praying for his success
Like, he
so
look
that you could
horrible.
get these things that in
You put a
reality
target
are
on his
mostly
back and
worthless.
everything.
I don't know, maybe I just don't care about purchasing things so I can like raise my status level or change the way that
I
people
did when
see
I
me.
was younger,
And
but
in
that
this
was when I
last
was
bit
younger.
here, she speaks on the
When
fact
you
that
get
she had
older,
to end
man,
her
don't nobody care about
podcast
all
after a
that.
fallout with the co-host.
What's going on with the podcast?
it makes me sad because with Nahal, we became friends so quickly. I don't want to say anything shitty about her, and I won't.
You guys didn't have a relationship prior to all of this.
No.
Okay.
So we just became friends like pretty quickly, and then she wanted to do the podcast, and I was a little bit unsure, but then I talked to my husband about it. He was like, why not? You've always wanted to try it. I think what happened was that we went through controversy so quickly into it that
Then her friend
it
was
kind
like,
of like
"Nah,
put a
this ain't
strain
what
on
I
the
do." If
friendship
anything, her
because
friend needs to
I
start another
remember
podcast
saying
with
to our
somebody
friends
else
like
and be
when
like,
this
"Yo, this
year is
is
gonna
a little bit
cancel.
more
I mean, I haven't shared
toned
this with anyone,
down."
but I said like, I really wish that you had been there more for me during, especially like everything that happened in
Yeah, you
December.
got your husband
So
to be there
Akaash
for
is
you.
probably doing the happy dance somewhere in the green room of a comedy club. You know, while she was praying for Birkins, he was praying for the end of that godforsaken show. It is interesting, though, to watch as she speaks
Because
on
she could
against the
actually
fans
do
of
it.
the Flagrant
He
podcast
like he a
when
part
they
of the
are low key the
podcast. She could
reason that
actually
they're
do another
rich,
one. Just bring
blaming them
somebody
all
else
for
on.
being racist and like it was the reason that Akaash was getting dismantled day in and day out by the Flagrant comment section.
I know the periphery of Akash's fan base, which is, I will say, more of the podcast fan base. And I know a lot of people during like our controversy were saying like, oh, it's because of his fans. It's because of his fans. Like his comedy fans are not like that. It's more the podcast fan base that I don't think really resonate with him
Maybe so,
because
because
you
I'm not a
guys know like
fan
the
of. I'm
racism
not
and
even a
everything.
fan
I
of
think
Andrew
like
Schultz
those
comedy, but I love
fans
his
are more like
podcast
that.
though.
But yeah, anyways, I said
Same thing with
it's
Akash.
because
I
of
love
those
Akash
fans.
on the
Like they
podcast
might
too, but
come
his
at us
comedy,
just because
like I'll see
girls
like
being
little clips in there,
opinionated
but
and
I
they
wouldn't
don't
just sit
like
down and
opinionated
watch like
women.
And at
Andrew
the end
Schultz or
here, she just
Akash
speaks on
like
her
comedy
overall
special.
goals for her life.
Want my content to reach the masses and just be a household name in that space and kind of be like the luxury brown comedy wag girl, and then eventually like hopefully maybe have like a skincare or clothing line or something like that.
I see it for you. I see it for you. I really think that you had to go through all of this
I know
to
you do.
graduate
Of
to
course you
graduate from
see
that,
it.
right?
Well, that was an hour of my life that
But
likely shrunk
he
my
just
brain.
looking like a
You all are
yes man of
welcome
the
that I shared
year.
that for your sake. And if you were wondering about Akaash, the guy will never learn his lesson either.
Well, well, well. So, to all the people that didn't believe in me and didn't think I could provide anything, I just had my third call with an agency today. They were so excited. I think it's safe to say your girl is going to start making money soon.
Rich.
The tables have turned. So, what are you going to do for me now that I'm making money?
I don't cook. I don't clean.
I feel like the dynamics need to change now.
Dang, she got him looking
I'm the
goofy.
princess.
This whole
Well,
thing
and
look
we're
goofy.
purses, so I want all the bags. I'm gonna be out here popping this butthole for the black friends.
I don't cook, I don't clean. But let me tell you how I got this ring.
She ain't got the
So
ring on the
essentially,
finger.
what we learned here today is that you don't need to take accountability. When you mess up on a public stage like this, all you really have to do is blame racism, blame misogyny. Hell, you
Yeah.
can even blame the Indian butts. Overall, I guess we can finally put the pin back in the grenade, despite the fact that
Nah,
it has
she didn't
already
make it any
exploded.
better.
I don't know,
But
this whole thing was
I
just
haven't
fun and
really
fun to
heard
me
anything,
because
so it
of how
has
easily
quiet
it all
down a
could have
little
been
bit.
avoided.
So
But either
maybe
way, I
this
want
is
to
a
know
good
what you
time for her
guys
to do
think about
cleanup.
this update down below. And do you think that the flagrant comment section will ever let their foot off of Akash's neck? Because as of right now, they are still
To
talking
release the
bad shit.
Akash for
Either way, I do want to thank you guys for watching today's video, dropping a
That's
like and
crazy.
subscribing. But as you guys know, it's been your boy the Tan Superman, and some other disrespected comedians out here need to be covered. So I'm out. Peace.
Jada Pinkett
Oh, they just said
Singh was fucking
it. Jada Pinkett. Nah, this was a good video. It is embarrassing. I thought maybe she was gonna give a little bit insight or give a little bit more context to clear her name, but it looked like she doubled down on it and started giving out excuses for everything. Which I know it is sad, only because the main reason it's sad because I haven't seen him on the podcast, and they've been going over some really good topics on the Andrew on the gosh, I can't think of the name of it. It's Andrew Schultz podcast, but I forgot the name of it. But they have been going over some good topics, and I like to see his thoughts on some of the things. And he hasn't been on there, and I think it's like he want to dial back his internet presence because of how people react, and if he gets on there, you can't help but to look at the comments and stuff like that. So that sucks that he kind of like disappeared off of something that she did. Good thing the podcast is over. Hopefully she does start a new one. If she does want to do something, go for it. But if it's at the expense of your husband, that's where it's a no go. But that's their life. Hopefully they get things together. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure you like and subscribe. I will see you guys next time. Bye.